Alright, what's happening, YouTube? This is another video from your favorite mod expert, EX7 Mods. And this is my PS3, of which I've done a little work to. But this video, I'm actually going to take it apart and clean it because I had a crap ton of hours on this thing. And I'll usually clean all my systems about once a year, but again, I know it's been a while and I probably got some angry subscribers, but I'll make it up to you by taking it all apart. I'm going to show you the insides and what all I've done, and kind of give you a little bit of inspiration, maybe a little know-how on how to do this type of stuff yourself. But for those of you who are just watching to see a finished product, I'll go ahead and just kind of show it off a little bit, though it's kind of dirty. And forgive my shaky camera work, peoples. As you can see on the front, it's actually a slim, but I had an old PlayStation and a faceplate, and I always thought it was cool how these were clear, tinted black. So I did a window cut, and then I put on the faceplate, obviously. And to secure it, I use these little things, which some of you may recognize. And what they are, just to give you an idea, is the heatsink mounts, bolts. Yeah, I think that's how that's pronounced. For Xbox 360. And you can see my collection of clamps over there, and what it is that it's a flexible clamp that holds on the heatsink for your Xbox 360. And what most people do, and what I actually do to every system I've ever done or worked on, is take that off and do the red ring of death fix, but it actually helps prevent it from flexing on the motherboard. Needless to say, I've done it quite a bit. Anyway, inside you can see a little temperature gauge. It typically runs about 120 and 140 depending on how long I've played. I've never seen it get above 150. On the back I got a little intercooler deal. I actually thought it looks cool, although it doesn't really make a difference. As you can see, the front, I got a XMC fan, and I paid way too much for this, but the problem is that on PS3 fans, they're not typically replaceable or modifiable because they're so funky. I mean, most other things you can just get the right size CPU fan and just swap them out and it looks great, but at the time I had a few extra bucks, so what can I say? I thought about doing the LED change on the buttons, but man, it's so much of a pain to get them to run dual colors. I just decided to hell with it. It was good enough. On the back, I got my typical fan mods that I like to do, and these help cool the motherboard and help circulate the air on the other side. Although if you're gonna do a mod like this, put it up high, because you can see I've had many hours played on this, and it's time to take it apart and clean it. Sorry, my work area is kind of a mess too. Anyways, now I guess the way I'm gonna do this is kind of just take it apart real quick and show you guys the inside. Let's get started. Set. here. Okay. On the inside, you can see where I placed all the little LEDs, and I used 3mm. Come on, focus camera. What the hell? I'm gonna cut this video and refocus. I really need to buy a new camera. Anyways, right here you can see where I got my LED placement. And right here you can see through the window. I was originally gonna try to use black screws, but man, these just worked out so well, and they kind of give it a almost, I want to say, like a punk rock mechanical type of feel. There you can see the little screen mesh, and that is just to help it vent. Just came off of an old speaker, and then I didn't really account for the fact that it was going to be bigger, and I got the one little corner cut out. And you can see I need to replace it. But onward with the show. On the power supply, typically this is covered. And I would have another one to show you, I think. Yeah. This is typically how it looks. And I wanted to give it, you know, that kind of motherboard circuit electronic feel. So I cut it out, and I don't recommend this because there's a lot of places you can zap yourself with. But placed in LEDs, and then the effect is actually really cool. Again, there, my fan clicking. Another problem though is, you know, despite how nice the window looks, I wish that it wasn't so dark. It's gonna be a minute. There we go. But yeah, I mean, nothing more than just took a Dremel tool, Dremeled it out, and just, you know, again, this was the only place I could put this thing because the ps3 slims are so tightly packed in there that the only other place I could have put this was on the outside. But it all worked out, and came out pretty short. Let me go ahead and continue taking apart. Never have anything plugged in when you're working on it. Believe me, I've zapped myself on several occasions. Kind of see a little dusty, but honestly not as bad as I thought it was going to be. One thing I'd like to do is a window cut to where you can see the CD, but I just haven't done it yet. That's actually where I got the wire hooked up to this, because the hard drive has optional 5 volt, and that's what these temperature gauge run at least the ones I use. I know you can buy them in 12 volt, but again, if you're ever looking for 5 volt on a ps3 slim motherboard, this is your spot. Oh yeah. Alright, as you can see under here is quite a mess. This fan actually needs to be replaced, but you can see my LEDs, my wiring, and the reason it looks so bad is because this was a trial and error. I've done this quite a few times, but the problem that I kept running into is the spacing on the fans and the motherboard kept hitting each other. So anyways, there you have it. That's my ps3. Now it's in pieces and I gotta do a lot more work to it, but once I got it all together, it should look exactly like the way it was, only a little bit cleaner. Again, sorry about the mess, but I've been kind of busy lately. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out. Hopefully I'll have another couple videos up soon. Yeah, just wanted to do a quick check-in. It was about 2 hours later and I finished cleaning it out and doing all my mods. But it's looking pretty good. Oh, you can't really see it, but there's a window cut and you can see the CD spinning. Also, on the intercooler, I fixed all the LEDs on the back. There it is. My PlayStation 3 that I modded. Peace.